All right. Am I live? I don't know. I don't know if I am. We'll see in a second. If anybody's joining right now, I'm going to share this on social media right quick. So give me just un momento. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Looks like it's working. All right. Let's do this. Bada bing. Bada boom. Oh, Merry Christmas, Melissa. So yeah, look at this cool shirt Tristan got me. What? Can you see it? Can you see it? Sweet little Star Wars shirt. Is there anything else in these packages? Nope. Ho ho. What? What? Oh yeah. Hey, Miss Wick. Merry Christmas. I'm fantastic. How are you? I pick up my son around 1. So we got some time, and I was like, you know what? Let's do a little Christmas live stream. Oh, is that one already open? Give me some gifts. Give me some gifts. Merry Christmas, Matt. Melissa, got my daughter the Fortnite PlayStation 4. Ooh, that's dope. Oh, look at these little gingerbread things. All right, I've been playing as Kylo Ren, but you know, it's Christmas. Let's get a Christmas skin on. Let's do this. Where's my Christmas dude? Where's my Christmas dude? Let's see. Where you at, Christmas guy? Oh, there you are. There you are. Oh, we gotta change your back. That's a little too ominous for Christmas. All right, I can work with that. I can work with the little wreath. And look, you guys like my sick candy cane sickles? So how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing this morning? Or wherever you're from. Where are you guys from? Where's everybody from? Some of you it might be like Christmas night already. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, what up, England? Hey, that's dope. And Hope from Texas. What up, Sunk E Angel or Sunky? Why'd I say it in two hardcore syllables? Melissa, just right. I'm in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Nice. Is it snowing there? You got snow? So when we visited California, we stopped in Tehachapi. It was snowing, and I made a snowball and I threw it next to Tristan, just to let her know I'm in control. I'm the alpha. I'm the second alpha. Why it's the first? Look at him just staring at those presents. This cat loves. What's he gonna do when they're all gone? 50s and 60s. I don't know how cold it's gotta be for snow because we never get snow in Las Vegas. What's freezing? What's the freezing temperature? 30? Oh, I should probably call my mom and dad. Huh? Should probably do that. I was just thinking of that. No snow until Friday or Saturday. Nice. How far are you from like Denver and stuff? What about England? Does it snow in England? Oh look, they covered the whole map in snow. Look at that, and look at this big old Santa. This big old Santa. Yeah. So my son, I have him do like a gratitude journal. Like that's his like chore that he gets paid for, and he just got a new one. He showed me this morning. He sent me a picture, and it's like a Stranger Things one. Kid loves him some Stranger Things. That kid loves Stranger Things so much. He just watches it over and over and over. Hardly ever gets a shit ton of rain. Yeah, I enjoy the rain. I want to go to England so bad, and I finally got my passport again. So maybe once I'm not broke, we'll do that. Speaking of, that's something I'm working on for 2020. Not being broke, but paying off my debt. Do you guys have any goals for 2020? I'm starting something really cool. I've been talking about it for like 2 months now, but it's starting. I'm gonna take the time to start it. Oh, hey, what up, Danielle? I'm from Pittsburgh, and really appreciative of the stream. Waiting for my mental health advice, considering I've been through it this month. Your videos always help me. Aw, thanks, Danielle. What's going on? What's going on? And if any of you guys have any questions or topics you want to discuss, holla at me. That's what we're doing. And trust me, Danielle, I get it. If you've been following my channel, 2019 has been a business. But that's it's one of the reasons I took a little break. But now I'm back, baby. I'm back better than ever. But yeah, Danielle and everybody in here, I've been reading so many books. Like, I was thinking about I might do a blog post on it. I've been posting on Medium. But yeah, like something Tristan brought up, like I've been reading a lot of like negative books, and I think that fucked up my head too. But I've been like really diving into the psychology of like mindset. And like when I hear mindset, I'm like, oh, what's this? What's this hippy dippy woo woo stuff? That like when you hear about mindset, you think of like this like self help guru like fake snake oil stuff. But like when you show me the science, when you show me the studies, I'm like, oh. And yeah, like one of the books I'm reading right now on stress, like it's phenomenal. And this other book, Grit. I just did a Medium post about my seven mental health books, or 7 books to help you change the way you look at your mental health. So if any of you are readers, go check that out. I put it up on Medium, but I also have an email going out tomorrow with the list. What system do you play on? I'm on PC, baby. I'm a PC gamer. Oh, Tristan said that too. Some museums in London are free, so they're good to go to. Ooh, that's cool. Glad you're back. You look rested. Oh, I am rested. I am rested. Like I'm thinking about I wanted to hop on today because like for a long time my Christmases sucked, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I wanted to hop on today, but I don't know. I'm probably not going to do an actual video until maybe like New Year, like either New Year's Eve, the day before New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day. But yeah, I'm going to make a stream about how we are going to make 2020 our bitch. And then we're going to befriend it. We're going to be buddies with 2020. But yeah. Yeah, I wanted to do this stream. I like doing stuff. Like I used to, when I worked at the rehab, I'd always go in there on Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. And I bring in alumni and things like that because people are like in treatment. But yeah, it's something I like doing because my Christmases used to be brutal. Like I was just thinking about it this morning. Like when I was like I ran to the gas station this morning, grabbed some rock stars and whatnot, and like my Christmases used to be like go out Christmas Eve while all the stores are still open, stock up on alcohol and everything like that, and just spend the day completely wasted. And it was terrible. And I remember like trying to stock up on drugs too, and like begging my dealer, like because I'd run out because I used so many drugs, and I'd like beg my dealer like, hey, can you just leave your family for a minute? Like I think I even, because like a lot of my drug dealers were like old ladies, um like I'm pretty sure I even went over to this like grandma. She was like a grandma who sold me pills, and I think I went over to her house on Christmas, like she was having Christmas to her family, and I talked her into selling me drugs. That is how my life used to be. So, I'd like to hop on here and let you know that your life ain't always got to be the way it is right now. Victoria and Albert Museum are pretty cool. Hold on. Wait, what? What? Where's the... What the... Oh. Oh, a pistol? Get out of here. Yo, what up, Kennedy Remedy? Uh, Victoria and Albert Museum are pretty cool. Has dino bones. Ooh. Stuff from the Renaissance. See what you're going through though. Christmas can be proper rough sometimes. Hope it's okay now. Oh yeah, my Christmas is amazing now. I get to see my son. We're doing a little Christmas dinner tonight. And my son, like, so I've been trying. Okay. So something that I've been like learning about and stuff, like just through all these different books on like psychology and growth and everything like that. It's like I don't want like when my son was younger. Like as you get older, you become a better parent. But when I was like when he was younger, I tried to like really impress upon him like hobbies and things. Like I think that's what a lot of parents want to do, or maybe dads, maybe moms. I don't know. But I really wanted to get him into things that I was into, and some of it is stuck. Like he's into like video games and Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that. But now I'm just like I'm trying to get him to test out different things that he might be interested in. That kid has such a wide range of interests. Like like recently he's been watching Ink Master a lot, like the tattoo show. And he's 10. I've like asked him, I'm like, you want to do tattoos when you're older? But he's oh yeah, Kennedy. I remember you now. I was like, wait, who's Kennedy? I remember. Yeah, I'll check my email and get back to you. Oh. Who's doing that? But anyways, yeah, my son's been into Ink Master, but he's been watching a lot of cooking shows. Like he's been watching Master Chef Junior. But anyways, like I said, like something I'm trying to do is just like let him test different things out and see what he's interested in, and whatever. So I've been cooking with him. Like some of you saw on my Instagram, like he was like chopping potatoes, which freaked his mom out. But yeah, we wanted to make something, and I made him watch videos on YouTube of how to chop potatoes so you don't cut your fingers off. I was super nervous, but part of parenting, which I'm trying to learn, is you got to let them do stuff. You got to let them do stuff. Like kids aren't as nearly as stupid as we think. Like when he was younger, I remember telling him that he wasn't allowed to wear flip-flops anymore because he'd always like trip in the middle of a parking lot. And now he's using a knife. Now he's using a knife to cut stuff. But yeah, like Dylan, my son, he wants his fingers just as bad as I want him to keep his fingers. So I was like, you know what? Let's teach you how to do this. And plus, like watching MasterChef Junior, like those kids are like slicing and dicing, and I'm like, okay, all right. If these kids can do it, my son can. Oh, what up? It's Raven up in here. My Christmas is pretty shitty so far. Oh no. My narcissistic boyfriend with BPD literally just freaked out and broke my phone for asking what he wanted to do today, and he started getting antsy. I don't know how to deal. I'm sorry to hear that, Raven. Do you have any... Well, we're here for you. But do you have any, like, friends? What are you going to do today? Are you going to go out? And something I try to think about, too, and I'm not trying to excuse what he did, but today's a rough day for a lot of people. You know what I mean? And Raven, excellent book. All right, Raven, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. All right? Go get the book, Stop Walking on Eggshells. All right? I just finished that book. It's all about how to deal when you have a loved one who has BPD. So that might be helpful. It not only talks about how to have like conversations to kind of like bring them back down, but it also like what I think is really important in there too is discussing how to set boundaries and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because lightsaber. I'm sure you love them and everything like that. So like part of it, like something I really enjoy about that book too, is it talks about and this is like true with dealing with addicts too. Like if we don't set boundaries, we're reinforcing the behavior sometimes. And that's that's something that I have to think about too, because especially this year, I've let I've let people kind of walk all over me, and I'm trying to find the balance between standing up for myself and not being a dick. Uh, but the other thing is too, I'm like, we have to realize we're reinforcing behavior sometimes if we don't set up boundaries. Oh, what up, Danielle? Danielle, that's the problem I'm having. I've been clean from narcotics for over 2 years. That's what I'm talking about, Danielle. So that's a good thing. Um, can you relate to trying to get people to meet you during the holidays? But now I'm drinking and it's ruining me. Hey, girl, I hear that. Just know, and that'll be something to work on in 2020, or even if you want to start today, tomorrow, whatever it is. Um, if you can quit drugs, you can quit alcohol. That's something that I try to remember about myself. Like, quitting drugs or alcohol, quitting anything is the hardest thing you got to do. So just know you can do it again. And I'm not sure when you started drinking again, but the holidays can be really, really rough. But what I recommend, just my suggestion, is like, and it's something that I try to do too, is I try to look at what worked. Like you know how to stay clean from drugs, so how do you implement that? Like you already know, you have the knowledge. You know what I mean? Oh, what up, Nicole? Merry Christmas. Hope you and your little ones are having a good Christmas. But yeah, Danielle, you could do this thing, and if you need to, like, feel free. And this goes for all of you. Like I've been having a lot of conversations with you guys, like on Instagram and Twitter. Like, if you need to talk, feel free to DM me. But yeah, part of what I'm doing, I'm setting up a Facebook group and Discord server very soon. Like, if I don't get it done by the end of the year, which is stupid because it only takes a very minimal amount of time. But yeah, we're gonna get these support groups set back up. You know what I mean? Because like as alone as we feel dealing with our own shit, like you're never alone dealing with that stuff. You know what I mean? Ooh, hoverboard and a go kart. That's dope. Around Christmas, there's a comedian called Sarah. Oh, wait. Ah, shit. There's a comedian called Sarah McMillan who does a Twitter or Insta thing where people come from different places who are lonely and can chat. Ooh, that's dope. I should check that out. Trying to work on my way out, but I'm stuck. Going to therapy program. If you don't mind me asking, Raven, why do you feel stuck? Yeah, Danielle. You got this. Like, Danielle, you already have everything in you. Like, it's not something that you got to find. You already have everything in you to quit drinking. Like, you know how to do it. You know how to do it. And like what it is, like for me, like something I've been thinking about a lot this year. Like I am blown away. Like this isn't to toot my horn. It's more so just that recovery works. Like I'm blown away that I stayed sober this year. You know what I mean? And for me, when it comes to addiction, especially, it's just I realize like they say there's three reasons why we drink and use: to get a feeling, to get rid of a feeling, or to have an escape. Right? The escape route doesn't isn't too great when it comes to recovery. Like if you're or mental health in general, if you're trying to get better in general, like the escape is not that just sets up bad habits. But I've realized throughout this year is there's different. I've found tools to cope with everything: the stress, the anxiety, the depression, the all that stuff, the loneliness and everything like that. Like sometimes like we got to force ourselves to reach out and everything like that, but we have all those tools within us. We just got to use it. Stuck in a way that I can't afford to live on my own. Yeah, I hear you, Raven. I'm sorry to hear that. That's one of the most difficult parts about being in a toxic relationship is when you're reliant on the other person. Or not even reliant on the other person, but when you're not financially set up to do that. I'm sh- I'm guessing because you said, I think you said you're from New York. Um, but yeah, what I would recommend, Raven, is looking into some different resources. See if there's any kind of financial support that maybe the state offers or something like that. You know what I mean? There's also programs to help people get out of abusive relationships that are like funded by the state, or like nonprofits, and people donate to them to help people get out of abusive relationships. So I would recommend looking into that. And Raven, you got me on Twitter and Instagram. Like, if you need to, reach out to me and I'll help you look into those resources and see if you can connect with them. Oh, Nunya, what up, girl? Hope you're having a Merry Christmas, Nunya. But yeah, like that's the thing, like and for anybody in here, like that's why I try to do this stuff. And there's so many resources out there. There's so many resources out there. And for anybody, and like Raven, that's dope that you have a therapist. I'm curious what your therapist has suggested too, because I'm sure you've talked to your therapist about this. But like something I really want to help people realize is like, man, if you can't afford therapy, like I did a poll a few weeks ago, and I was like, how many of you are in therapy? Yes, no, or no, I can't afford it. So many people said they want to do therapy, but they can't afford it. Like, check it out. Okay, so first off, you have people like Katie Morton. There's many other therapists on YouTube too. Like, not all of them have had the opportunity to be friends with Shane Dawson, but there's a ton of therapists on YouTube, right? There are therapists out there offering their services for free on YouTube. So that's one option. Like, I want to make a list of options when you don't have therapy or you can't afford therapy. Other thing is too, social support and connecting with people, even if it's online. Like, I don't like the idea that, oh no, online's ruined, like the internet's ruining everything. No, it's just how you use it, right? If and I'm trying to be more self-aware about how I use social media and stuff like that. Like, um, I'll make a video about this at some point, but I have no social media apps on my phone. Like, that was part of like me just doing a little cleanse. I have no social media apps on my phone except for Instagram, just because Instagram for me personally, is the least toxic place. Um, and there's certain things like I downloaded the app on my computer, so I don't use it as much on my phone. But whatchamacallit? Yeah, I only use them on my computer now. So it's not about the apps, or it's not about social media. It's how you use them. And even still, I'm trying to like monitor like how I use it on my computer and everything, because I can just mindlessly scroll through stuff. But anyways, getting back to the list of things you could do if you can't afford therapy. Um, the other thing is too, like, God, people, books, books. Like, the smartest, best therapists, psychologists, they're all writing books. And if you don't like to read, like, I hate reading. I'm a slow reader. There's a bunch of books here that I haven't read. So I do audiobooks. I do audiobooks and I multitask. Like, last week I read 3 books, and I'm almost done with my 4th book within a week. Um, and I had a few people like, how'd you do that? It's because I listen to them. I listen to audiobooks. I do them while I'm at work. And at my job, like, there's some, like, editing I do and reading I do, so I can't, like, do those. I can't, like, I can't listen to books while I have to read or edit. But there's a lot of passive things that I do at work where I could just listen to books. So each day, I have maybe, like, at least half my day where I can listen to books. But there's so many strategies. And, like, what I do, especially with Audible, is, and, like, Tristan sees me do it when I'm, like, listening to books on my speakers. Like, I just take notes. I take notes. They're things that I can go back to. Some of them are things that I want to do videos on or blog posts on. Some of them are things that I want to remember for my own mental health. But, like, I heard a quote somewhere that there's so much wisdom in this world, right? Like, there's so much wisdom from people who specialize in depression, anxiety, and all these things. And all of it's laid out in books, and it's like, why aren't we taking advantage of that? You know what I mean? So I really hope people like start getting into them and seeing. Like I know some people are visual. You know, some of the books come with like PDFs and things like that. Uh, but but yeah, books, blog posts, all that stuff. But also, here's what I would recommend to everybody. Here's what I recommend. Like, check out your social media feeds and everything, and like, I'm trying to remove all all the negativity, and like, I'm gonna be taking a new route with my channel in 2020. But yeah, like, I've noticed like what it does to my mindset, and it's like there's studies on that too. Like, if any of you have seen me reference the what is it? Like, God, selective attention theory, something. But anyways, our minds focus on what we train them to focus on. And the more negative stuff that we watch, we consume and everything, and I'm not saying like don't watch the news or whatever, but like keep it to a minimum. But it makes us spot those things, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. The mute thing is phenomenal. Because people get really like upset when they see that you unfollowed them or unfriended them. So yeah, muting, unfollow, like on Facebook, you can stay as their friend, but you can unfollow so you don't see their post. You know? Ooh, ooh. Yeah, there's a great channel. There's a few great channels about narcissistic abuse too. I saw a closed account. Said something about that. One of them's Angela something. Her whole channel's about narcissistic abuse. She writes books too. Like a lot of short ebooks. I think they're on Kindle. Then there's another dude. God, I can't remember his channel name right now. It's like DSD. I forgot what it stands for, but he's a guy who was married to a narcissist, so he does a lot of views too, or a lot of videos too. Oh, Danielle, I'm literally bawling my eyes out listening to you and taking your advice. I'm sure you know how much you help people. I just want you to know you're helping me today. Thank God for you. Thanks, Danielle. But you got this, girl. You got this. And like I said, feel free to reach out anytime. Anytime. Angie Atkinson. There it is. There it is. Like, so check it out. Like, I follow Angie Atkinson, and I don't watch her videos just because like narcissist recovery is just it's not in my wheelhouse. But I follow her because her hustle, that woman's hustle, inspires the bejesus out of me. Like, I cannot even, like, she is just, she's posting videos, she's doing live streams, she's coaching, she's writing books. I'm like, holy shit. So, like, whenever I'm feeling, like, lazy, like, I see her pop up, and I'm like, all right, if she can hustle like this, I can hustle. Boop, boop, oh. You can't. Yeah, check out our YouTube channel. Raven, check out Angie Atkinson's channel. That's another good one. So, like, for example, like if you're only meeting with your therapist once a week or every couple weeks or whatever, there's a lot of channels on narcissistic abuse. Dr. Todd Grande, I know he does videos about like narcissists and stuff, and but I don't know. I think because I've watched a few of his videos on the stuff, but I think he more so explains it rather than giving like tools. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. I just burped on my live stream. What are you doing, Chris? You're better than that. You're better than that, Chris. What's everybody's goals for 2020? I asked this on Instagram and I got a plan for it. But everybody in the live stream, what are your goals? I'll tell you my two. My two main goals, and I'm gonna make a video about this too, to announce the new thing, the Discord servers and the Facebook group. My goals, one of them seems a lot easier than the other. You can decide which one seems easier than the other. But one of them is to pay off my debt. What? What? Get out of here. One of them is to pay off my debt. All right? So, for example, okay. Like, I just finished this book. I don't know if any of you have heard of her, Jen Sincero, I think. She has like this best-selling book called You're a Badass, and then like she has another book, You're a Badass at Making Money. Like I read both those books back to back. She's hit or miss for me, but anyways, like when she talks about making money, because I feel guilty about making money a lot, but she like really talks about all the good things. Like if you're someone who wants to do good things with money, like you need to get out of that mindset of like feeling bad about making money. So like one of the reasons I want to make money and pay off my debt is not only do I have debt with, just like credit cards and, whatever, but the debt that I really want to pay off is my old student loan debt from like, Jesus Christ, 16 years ago when I was like 18. Like when I was like 18, I think part of it might be from when I was 22. Like I want to pay that off. Why do I want to pay that off? Because my goal is to go get me a PhD in psychology, but I can't get approved for any type of funding. So I'm thinking about starting in community college. That's also something I haven't mentioned to Tristan because she'll hold me accountable to it. But I want to start researching like community college just to get started on my AA and pay it out of pocket or whatever. But I need to research it. But yeah, but I really want to get like my lifetime goal is to get a PhD in psychology. Like my mom got her PhD in psychology as a full-blown alcoholic. So I figure since I'm sober, I can do it too. But yeah, I want to do that. I want to get into like I love studies. I love psychological studies and everything, but yeah, that's one of my goals. So anyways, rewinding it, I want to make money so I can pay off my student loan debts so I can get my butt back into school and pursue that PhD. So I, like, for anybody out there, like, good reasons to focus on your finances. Because there's like this stigma around making money. Like, Tristan and I were watching a YouTube video on it yesterday. It's just like, like, trust me. As somebody who's, like, more, like, liberal, progressive leaning, trust me. Like, there's a lot of people with money who do bad things, But I think we need good people who have money to do good things, to kind of balance the scales. Like, Bill Gates is a great example. Dude is rich as hell, but he's doing a lot of good with his money. Anyway, second goal of 2020, lose 50 pounds. All right? So in my opinion, losing 50 pounds is going to be a lot easier than paying off my debt. But that's something I want to do. Like, there's no reason I can't lose 50 pounds. Like, when you weigh this much, the weight just comes off like a tender, like the meat coming off the bone of a rib when it's nice and tender. And that's weird because I'm a vegetarian, but I do remember the delicious taste of ribs. Also a fair recovery. Ooh. Oh, what up, Cal? Cal is inevitable. Do you have a book of your own yet? I'd love to read something about your story. Oh yeah, Danielle. Feel free to check out my website, therewiredsoul.com. My first book that I wrote, Hope, that's all about my journey of recovery. I don't have an audiobook of that. Once I fix this mic, I'm going to record audiobooks for that. So my first two books, one of them was Hope, and it was about my journey of recovery. The second book was Caught in the Crossfire, and it's for people who are loved ones of addicts and alcoholics. 4 books. Tristan, I have 5 books. But yeah, then I also have Rewire Your Anger, Rewired Your Anxiety. Um, those are all mental health books. But yeah, they're on my website, but you can find them on in the Kindle store too. Something else I need to do is make paperbacks for those because Amazon does that for free, and they just take a little percentage out. So yeah, goal number 2, lose 50 pounds. I have some other smaller goals that I want to do. Like I want to, other goals, like something I'm really working on too is improving my writing. I've been reading a lot of books on like how to be a better like nonfiction writer. Like I don't know why I didn't think about that in the first place, but yeah, I've found a lot of those recently. My mother lost a load of weight as a big girl fairly easy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And here's something I'm thinking about doing. Because like seeing like what if so I recommend to everybody. Here's a suggestion, take it or leave it. But something that works for me. Something that works for me, it's something that's worked for me since I got sober, is seeing other people do things. It gets in my brain that I can do it too. Right? So here's a little mental health tip for everybody in there. So there's a fixed and a growth mindset, right? Fixed mindset is I am this way, this is how I am, right? And that is a complete fabrication of our mind. Nobody is fixed, like in one position. You can always learn, you can always get better. Like, I think anybody in recovery from anything, whether it's addiction, whether it's an eating disorder, whether it's your anxiety disorder, anything, right? I think those are the best examples that things can get better. So that's how you switch to a growth mindset, right? Knowing that you can improve if you put in the work, that will change your life. So everybody in here, my mission for you in 2020 is to get the growth mindset. The other thing that I'm going to work on myself, which is part of what I'm doing with these support groups, is developing a challenge mindset. All right? So the challenge mindset is something they've been doing a lot of psychological research on. And it's rather than looking at these things as like a burden or like a setback, we look at those as a challenge. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's really helped me out this year. Like I've definitely had my days. I've definitely had my days. But when I snap out of my funk, I switch to that challenge mindset, right? Like a challenge, like, rebuilding my YouTube channel. I look at that as a challenge. Being a better writer, I look at that as a challenge. Anybody who's a gamer out there, getting into that challenge mindset is easier. Or not even a gamer, but like if you like sports or whatever. But getting into that challenge mindset will help you improve. They've done so many studies on this. So yeah, there you go. There's your tip. So I suggest working on that in 2020. Challenge mindset, growth mindset. But yeah, so let's talk about mindset real quick. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. See, Raven, you know what I'm talking about. Like you're never permanently stuck in a position. You are never, even no matter what our brains tell us, we are never permanently in a position. We always have a choice. We always have a choice, even though it's like one of those choices. It's just when we look at it, when we actually look at it rationally, it's just usually one of those choices is difficult. It's going to require work. It's going to require effort. Like I always had a choice to drink or use. Like I always had that choice, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to put in the work. I didn't want to go to meetings. I didn't want to get a sponsor. I didn't want to do these things. Like there's a lot of things that I don't want to do, but something I learned a long time ago is improving our mental health. It's doing things that we need to do, not what we want to do. Anyways, like I was saying about mindset, when I hear about that, I'm like, oh, it's so, right? But there's so much psychology behind it. Like, so, some of you are going to wonder why I'm just going to fall off this. It's because it's really far and I'm just going to respawn. But, anyways, there's so much psychology behind this. So right now, Oh my God, I didn't even. Ugh. So right now, I'm reading this book, The Upside of Stress, and it is mind blowing. The studies they've done, mind blowing. Like you need to wear a helmet so your brain doesn't explode and get all over the place. All right, like they've done studies, even people with social anxiety. All right, even people with social anxiety, just showing them or discussing with them beforehand, like before they have to do a presentation, like because a lot of people have a fear of public speaking. Wait, wait, haha, gotcha. Um, Even just teaching them about how uh, um, stress can work to your benefit and anxiety can work to your benefit, like they did much better with their public speaking. Like they've done studies on this thing. So even though like when you hear mind, and like I said, maybe I'm just crazy. Tristan, when you hear mindset, do you think it's kind of goofy? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm not alone. So like I'm the kind of stubborn asshole where it's like you need to show me studies, you need to show me. Because it makes me think of manifesting. Yeah. So that's something I want to do is kind of like break those things down. Like there's some woo woo stuff. So if you guys didn't hear Tristan, like it kind of sounds like manifesting. So like yeah, like I know we all get annoyed when you hear like motivational speakers. It's just like just believe in yourself, believe you can do it. I'm just like shut up. But I've read two or three books recently. So one of them I think each one of them is on that list. It's going out in my email blast tomorrow. If you're on my email list, I also just did a Medium post. I think it's my pinned comment on Twitter. Oh, I put it on the community tab too. But books like Grit, books like The Upside of Stress. Um, oh, Chris, they all scientifically back like changing your mindset. So yeah, and they'll talk about how it improves like different neurotransmitters like serotonin, oxytocin. Like the chapter I'm reading right now is on oxytocin. If y'all don't know about oxytocin, you need to ask somebody. You can ask me. I know a little bit about oxytocin. So oxytocin is one of our neurotransmitters that helps us feel connected to others. All right? So any of you who have a boo thing, right? When you guys are cuddling or touching or just connecting on that psychological and emotional level, you're getting some oxytocin, baby. So oxytocin is dope. Now, I just learned this in the book too. So right now, I am just flooding myself with oxytocin. And you want to know why? Because when you try to help others, when you try to be of service to others, you get you some oxytocin. So I'm thinking about doing a video about how some AA stuff actually helps you get different neurotransmitters. So oxytocin is dope. Then other things like, there's endorphins and dopamine and serotonin. Oh, so check this out. Let's talk about this beautiful hormone called DHEA. Forgot what it stands for. It's something scientific and crazy. All right? So, any of you who are worried about being stressed, check this out. All right? For people who don't look at stress as a hindrance, and this is something I'm really going to try to focus on teaching people in 2020, when you look at stress as something that's making you stronger and more resilient, your brain produces more DHEA. And DHEA is classified as what is it called? It's like a neural steroid. It's something steroid. It's something to do with brain and steroid. Well, anyways, DHEA is kind of like cortisol because it comes when you have stress, but it actually makes your brain stronger. You see what I'm saying? So stress ain't bad, baby. Stress ain't bad. It's how you think about stress. So this woman, Kelly McGonigal, who wrote this book, The Upside of Stress, I love how she starts this book. Like, I can't wait to read some more of her books. So she talks about how she's a psychologist and she's been teaching people about stress like the way we all have been taught about stress. Like stress is dangerous, stress is a killer. Stress can kill you, blah, 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 blah. Well, they've done these longitudinal studies. All right. See ya, Hope. Merry Christmas. So they've done these longitudinal studies, like over decades, right? And they wanted to see if stress really did kill people. So she's looking at this study, and yeah, stress did kill people. But there were other people who were just as stressed, and they actually lived longer. And you're like, say what? Well, it was all about the difference between who lived longer and who didn't was how they viewed stress. So, yeah. Oh. So closed count. So what's cool is in this book, she talks about fight or flight, the stress response. So not only do we go into fight or flight mode, but we also get into other modes as long as we recognize it. So like when we get stressed, we actually connect with others more. Like our brain actually tries to get us to connect with others. And the example she uses is natural disasters. Like when 9/11 happened, people were helping each other left and right. You know, like think about like Hurricane Katrina or other hurricanes, you know, people are helping others. So part of our stress response is actually helping others. So something that we need to start working on is when we get stressed out is learning how to connect with others. Because one of the worst things we can do, and that's one of the reasons I do live streams like this, because one of the worst things we can do is isolate. So, for everybody out there, if you're in this stream right now, start working on connecting with, oh, that's a cool skin. Oh, look, oh, what? I need more wood? What? What? So yeah, work on strengthening your connections. And that's the other beautiful thing about the internet. If you don't have people in your life to connect with, find them online. That's why we're starting the groups back up. Find you some people. You know what I'm saying? You can build those connections. Give me that gold. Give me that gold. Give me that gold. Oh, yeah. Look at that gold sniper. Look at that gold sniper. Oh. So I'm going to give this just a few more minutes. I'm going to end this round, and I'm going to take off. But, like everybody in here, thanks for joining. You've made my Christmas a little bit better. But, yeah, anybody, and if for anybody who watches this replay, too, like, just know you can email me, you can DM me. Make sure that you stay tuned because, like I said, like connection is one of the most important things for our mental health. And I'm going to be starting a Discord server and Facebook group so we can all help one another. I have some people who moderated. If any of you listening to this and you want to be a moderator, shoot me an email. Let me know a little bit about yourself because I'm not just going to make anybody a moderator. We have a very in-depth vetting process for moderators. I'm kidding. I'm just going to ask you some questions. But yeah, so we'll be starting something very soon to get that support once again. Because I get it, like our brain, one of the biggest lies our brain tells us is that we're alone. And we are not. There are other people who are going through, even if they're not going through, like something I had to learn is, even if somebody's not going through exactly what I'm going through, they can relate to the feelings, the emotions, you know, and things like that. And that's something, you don't even know. You don't even know what's coming. You don't even know. Oh, he didn't know either. And that's how we end the Christmas live stream. Now we do the pumpernickel dance. Pumpernickel dance. All right, everybody, have yourself a merry little Christmas. All right, thank you for joining me. And yeah, I'll be back with a video like I said, I'll either do it. I'll either it'll be within the window of the day before New Year's, like the day before New Year's Eve to January 1st or 2nd. One of those days, I'm gonna make a new video. All right. Love all of you, and I'll see you next.